Long before Alola, there was another tropical Pokémon paradise. A region that only exists in the anime, featuring regional variants and double battles years before the video games even thought of them. Today, we are reviewing the most iconic, bizarre, and game-changing locations of the Orange Archipelago. So hit that subscribe button, grab your Lapras, and let's travel back to Pokémon's forgotten region. Welcome to the first stop on our tour of the Orange Archipelago, Valencia Island. This island serves as the ultimate tropical gateway and the exact reason Ash and his friends traveled here in the first place. Their mission was simple: pick up the mysterious gold and silver GS ball from Professor Ivy. But right away, Valencia proves it is not just a simple pit stop. This island is famous for its unique climate and environment, which directly alters the Pokémon living there. Long before Alolan or Galarian forms were officially introduced in the video games, Valencia Island showed us that a Pokémon's diet and habitat could change its physical appearance. Walking through the island, we get to see completely different color patterns on familiar faces, including a brightly colored Vileplume, a unique Weepinbell, and a beautifully patterned Butterfree. It is a vibrant, sunny paradise with pristine beaches and a world-class laboratory. However, as a travel destination, I have to deduct a few points because it is also the infamous location where Brock mysteriously abandoned the group. To this day, we still do not talk about what happened with Professor Ivy. Our next destination is Tangelo Island, and this is where the real Orange Island's adventure truly begins. If Valencia Island was the introduction to the region's unique environment, Tangelo Island is the absolute gateway to its culture. This island is famous for being home to a massive Pokémon theme park, built right into the beautiful natural landscape to celebrate the local wildlife. But more importantly, it is here that Ash first learns about the Orange Crew and decides to officially take on the Orange League Challenge. Tangelo Island isn't just about theme parks and exposition, though. It holds massive historical significance for Ash's journey. Down on the rocky beaches of Tangelo, Ash encounters a group of local punks harassing a lost baby Lapras. After jumping in to save it, Ash not only gains a loyal new friend but also secures the iconic water transportation his team will use to navigate the rest of the archipelago. Tangelo is also the exact place where we are introduced to the Pokémon Watcher, Tracy Sketchit, who quickly steps in to join the group and fill the void left by Brock. Between giving Ash his primary transport across the ocean and introducing a brand new main character, this location is monumental for the anime's lore. With its vibrant tourist aesthetics, beautiful beaches, and crucial story moments that shaped the entire season, Tangelo Island is an essential stop on our tour. Moving further along our route, we arrive at Mandarin Island North. Unlike the quiet, natural landscapes of the previous islands, this location is a bustling, highly developed city filled with skyscrapers, stadiums, and eager Pokémon trainers constantly looking for a battle. But Mandarin Island North isn't famous just for its urban attractions. It is legendary for delivering one of the most important reality checks in Pokémon anime history. At this point in the journey, Ash was riding high on a winning streak, and his ego was starting to get completely out of control. That all changed here when he crossed paths with Prima, also known as Lorelei from the Kanto Elite Four. Ash arrogantly challenges her, and the result is a total masterclass in humility. Prima completely outclasses him without even breaking a sweat. To make matters worse, when Ash's Charizard goes on a disobedient and destructive rampage, Prima's Slowbro effortlessly steps in and freezes the Fire-type Pokémon in its tracks. This island is the ultimate turning point where Ash finally learns a crucial lesson: collecting badges means absolutely nothing if you don't have mutual trust, control, and respect with your Pokémon. For being the site of Ash's biggest slice of humble pie and featuring a rare, epic appearance by an Elite Four member, Mandarin Island North is an unforgettable stop on our tour. Our fourth stop brings us to Sunburst Island, an incredibly unique location that trades sandy beaches for rocky mountains and stunning artistry. This island is world-renowned for its master glassblowers and incredible glass artwork, but the real draw for Pokémon fans is the local legend hidden within its caves: the mythical Crystal Onix. In a brilliant twist of typical Pokémon logic, this special Onix is entirely made of glass crystal. Because of this unique composition, it is completely immune to water-type attacks but surprisingly weak to fire-type move. It is another fantastic example of the Orange Islands experimenting with Pokémon types and regional forms long before they became a staple in the modern games. Ash and his friends explore the island to help a local artist named Mateo find the Crystal Onix to inspire his glasswork. The entire adventure here feels mystical, expanding the lore of the Pokémon world by showing how human art and Pokémon existence are deeply intertwined. Sunburst Island gives us a compelling mystery, gorgeous local crafts, and one of the coolest unofficial alternate Pokémon designs in the entire anime. For our fifth destination, we are sailing into a location that feels like an absolute fever dream, Pinkin Island. If you thought finding a single shiny Pokémon in the games was exciting, imagine stepping onto an entire island where every single Pokémon is bright pink. Pinkin Island is a highly restricted, protected Pokémon reserve strictly guarded by Officer Jenny. Access is heavily regulated, and for a very good reason. The island's unique ecosystem produces the rare Pinkin berry. When the local Pokémon eat these berries as a regular part of their diet, it permanently dyes their fur, scales, and skin a vibrant bubblegum pink. During their visit, Ash and his friends encounter incredibly rare sights, including a bright pink Rhyhorn, a pink Nidoking, and even a pink Pidgey. Naturally, Team Rocket tries to poach these valuable alternate-colored Pokémon, but they quickly find out that these pink variants are just as aggressive and powerful as the regular ones. Looking back at Pokémon anime history, Pinkin Island is an incredible piece of lore. It aired around the same time the concept of alternate-colored Pokémon was being developed for the games, making it a brilliant, mysterious tease for the shiny mechanics that would officially arrive in Generation 2. Our sixth stop brings us to a location that literally does not exist anymore. Fukuhara Island number 4. This island gave us one of the most suspenseful and action-packed disaster plots of the entire Orange League arc. When Ash and his friends arrive, they find a barren, rocky landscape hosting a massive expedition dedicated to excavating ancient Kabuto fossils. But a local elder named Umberto warns them of a dark prophecy. If the fossils are disturbed, the island will be swallowed by the sea. In a massive, creepy twist, they discover the fossils are not dead. They are dormant, living Kabuto. When Team Rocket inevitably messes things up, millions of Kabuto wake up at once. The insane reveal here is that the island was not just made of rock. It was physically held together by this colossal colony of Kabuto. As the Pokémon abandon their dormant state and swim away into the ocean, the entire island completely collapses and sinks beneath the wave. Ash and the gang barely make a desperate escape on a makeshift raft. Our seventh stop takes us to the lively port of Kinao Island. While it doesn't host an Orange League gym, it is famous for something completely unique to the anime's world building. The Pokémon Showboat. This massive, floating theater travels across the archipelago, and Kinao Island is where Ash and his friends finally get to experience its magic firsthand. The showboat features a full cast of Pokémon performing elaborate stage plays in costumes, while their human partners act as voice dubbers backstage. It is a fantastic piece of lore that shows how Pokémon and humans can collaborate in the arts and entertainment industry, rather than just focusing on competitive battles. During their time on Kinao Island, Ash and the gang help a performer named Kay and her Raichu overcome severe stage fright. And when Team Rocket inevitably crashes the performance to steal the star Pokémon, the theater troupe fights back using their stage props, trapdoors, and special effects to defeat them in a hilariously dramatic fashion. Our eighth stop brings us to Naval Island, and this is where the Orange League completely redefines what a gym battle can be. If you are expecting a traditional combat arena, you are in the wrong place. Naval Island is essentially a massive, towering mountain, and the local gym leader, Danny, operates on a totally different level. To even qualify for a challenge, Ash has to climb the steep mountain entirely on his own, without using any of his Pokémon. It is a grueling physical test that proves this league is just as much about the trainer's endurance as it is about their team's strength. Once at the top, the battle for the Sea Ruby badge is a three-part extreme sports triathlon. First, Danny and Ash compete to freeze a massive hot geyser. Next, they have to carve that giant block of ice into a functional bobsled using their Pokémon's move. Finally, the ultimate challenge is a high-speed, incredibly dangerous downhill sled race all the way to the base of the mountain. Ash ultimately secures the victory, proving his team can handle intense, unconventional terrain. Naval Island is an absolute masterpiece of an episode. Perfectly demonstrates that a true Pokémon master needs to have complete synchronicity with their team outside of standard combat. This location essentially invented the concept of the Alolan Island trials almost 20 years before those games were even released. Our 9th stop takes us to Moro Island, a destination that offers a major dose of history and a surprisingly spooky atmosphere. While most of the Orange Archipelago feels like a bright, sunny vacation, Moro Island dives deep into the ancient lore of the region. This island is famous for being the home of the Orange Museum of Art, but the real highlight lies just off its coast at the bottom of the ocean. Moro Island is the site of a 300-year-old shipwreck, and inside that sunken ship lies a legendary artifact, an ancient Orange League winner's trophy. Ash and his friends end up exploring this sunken ghost ship, which is fiercely protected by the spirits of the ship's original captain and his loyal ghost-type Pokémon, Ghastly and Haunter. It is an incredibly atmospheric adventure that proves the Orange League isn't just a recent tournament, but a highly respected tradition with centuries of deep history. We get to see ghost Pokémon acting as ancient, dedicated guardians, and we get a fascinating glimpse into what Pokémon trainers looked like hundreds of years ago. Moro Island is an absolute treat for fans who love Pokémon lore and a good ghost story. It brilliantly breaks up the standard tropical beach vibe with an unforgettable, eerie underwater exploration. For our 10th stop, we are leaving the typical sunny beaches behind and entering the realm of absolute legends, Ice Island. This isn't just a regular stop on the Orange League circuit. This is one of the 3 elemental islands surrounding Shamouti Island, and it serves as the sacred home of the legendary bird, Articuno. If you know your Pokémon anime lore, you know this location is the backdrop for one of the most epic cinematic events in the franchise, Pokémon the Movie 2000. Ice Island is a frozen, desolate wasteland with towering glaciers, completely uninhabitable for normal trainers. But when the balance of nature was thrown into chaos by a villain trying to capture the legendary birds, Ash had no choice but to brave this extreme environment. The stakes here are completely off the charts. Ash has to navigate a literal apocalyptic winter, relying entirely on his Pokémon, and even getting some surprisingly heroic, sacrificial help from Team Rocket, just to reach the island's shrine and secure the ancient ice sphere. Watching Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres engage in a chaotic, world-ending turf war right above this frozen landscape is peak Pokémon cinema. And let's not forget, this surrounding area is exactly where Lugia rises from the deep ocean to help save the world. And that wraps up our ultimate tour of the Orange Archipelago. From the bizarre pink variants to extreme mountain trials and world-ending legendary battles, this forgotten region proved to be one of the most creative eras in Pokémon history. But what do you think? Which of these islands would you want to visit the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Pokémon lore, and I will see you in the next region.